Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to make a hamburger helper without the helper. We're going to make a chili mac, and I'm going to use my dettolini pasta that I got from my last Azure haul. I have a chili blend here that I made. I'll leave a description below on the ingredients I used to make this. We're going to use a can of diced tomatoes, a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. Now if you don't have this, you can use diced tomatoes with a can of green chilies. It's the same thing, but since I have this one can left of diced tomatoes with chilies, we're going to use that today. But just so you know, this is the same thing. But I am going to put a can of diced tomatoes and a can of the green chili tomatoes. In my freezer, I grabbed some peppers that I had frozen and some onions I had frozen. I got a pack of ground turkey here, and a friend of mine got some cheese from Italy, done Parmesan cheese that he grates, and he gave me some of that. I do have a little bit of left, but I asked him to give me the rinds, and I just store these in the freezer. I'm actually going to use 2 little pieces of the rind, and we're going to go ahead and move over to the stove and get this started. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around, and please give this video a like, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. So if you guys are ready, aprons on, let's get this dinner going. You can use any kind of ground meat you like. I just happen to have ground turkey in the freezer, so that's what I'm using. So I have a pound of ground turkey in my Dutch oven. I'm going to add some onions. You can use fresh, frozen. Whenever I chop up an onion, if I don't use the whole thing, I just stick it in the oven. And I have some frozen peppers that I keep in the freezer. We're going to brown that up really well. It's probably equivalent to a half an onion and 1 pepper. Like I said, I'm using diced tomatoes and a tomatoes with peppers or green chilies. But if you don't have this, you can use 2 cans of diced tomatoes and a can of green chilies. But since I already had this, I'm going to go ahead and use it. I only have 1 of these left, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's good till September of 23. Alright, get all my cans open. I'm going to go ahead and add some frozen tomato paste. If you are interested in knowing how I do that, I'll put a link right here to show you how I freeze leftover tomato paste from those small little cans. I'm going to go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of this chili blend. I'm going to go ahead and add the diced tomatoes with the green chilies and a can of diced tomatoes. I'm adding 2 cups of water. And I have 1 cup of the pasta. The pasta is raw, so it's going to be cooking in this liquid as well as cooking all the other ingredients. And then we'll taste it for salt and pepper, and if it needs some more chili powder. It smells so good already. I'm going to put a lid on it, leaving a room for a vent, and I'll bring you right back. Now you can use macaroni if you like, but I like the tortellini because it's small. You know, I think I'm going to add a little bit more. I got another, about a half a cup of the pasta. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, I know it's going to need some salt and pepper, but I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon of the chili pepper. I'm sorry, the chili blend. Add some salt. And some pepper. Got a nice little heat to it, which is really good. Soaking up that water, it is thickening up beautiful. I'm going to turn it down to a medium low. You cannot get anything better than this from a box. I'm just saying. I have all the ingredients in my freezers and on my pantry to make this delicious. No box needed. Hamburger helper. And you can too. There's no preservatives in here. There's no ingredients that are not good for our bodies. We know what's in here. We got organic ground turkey. If you buy a half a cow or buy the good hamburger from the grocery store, it doesn't matter. If you know the hamburger that you get and you have good ingredients on your shelf and you have a variety of pastas, a variety of tomato products, fresh or frozen vegetables such as the onions and the peppers we put in here. It's just a handful of ingredients that we can take control. We put in our families' stomachs, in our families' bodies. Just take control over the food you're cooking, how you're preparing it, where you're getting it from, and make something healthy. Now this rind doesn't have like a wax coating. It's actually just a rind of the cheese that just hardened up. So this will melt in here, completely gone. So it's not like something I have to worry about consuming. It is just the cheese itself that created a rind. So I got that buried in there. We're just going to leave it on medium low for about 15-20 minutes. Got about a half a cup of water I'm adding in here. You see the cheese rind is starting to break apart. Let's taste it again. Spot on, but it does need a little bit more salt. It is all done. Give this a taste. You can't get this from a box. This is so good.